Hey peeps, so I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to make some stir-fry pork shoulder. Yeah, I said stir-fry pork shoulder. You don't believe me? Oh yes, look at this. So we're going to cut this up. I went to my other favorite store is my trusty dollar store. So let's get down to business. I'm going to cut these up into small pieces. Oh. You know, I think this paring knife is okay, but it's not quite as sharp as I thought it was going to be. Let's try my other knife. Oh yeah. I feel a bone somewhere. Yeah, that's one right there. Okay. Putting that over there. That's going into the pan. I'm going to use it to get around some of this fat because I want some fat, but not too much. So let me just move the pan over a little bit so you can see what I'm actually putting in the pan. These up into nice little chunks. See, this one's mostly fat. Now, fat gives everything flavor, but fat is also extremely chewy. Which kind of, you go to bite something, you're like, chewing for 40 minutes. Yeah, that's not too cool. I done went out and bought too much food again. So I got quite a few recipes to keep me busy the next couple of days. So I'm doing this. I just did one. I got to do that and upload it, edit it, then upload it, I should say. Like that. Take this one. Now, be careful with your knife. Do not ever take your eyes off the knife while you're cutting. That's a quick way to lose a finger or cut yourself. Use a little teeny knife if you want to shape around the fat that you want to get rid of. Like I said, leave a little bit of fat on there. My son particularly is not a fan of fat because he says it's too chewy. And he got a point, it is too chewy. But it does add so much flavor to everything. So I tried to trim off just enough so it's not going to be too much gone, but I'm going to leave a little bit on the outer edges. And of course, this is going to produce its own fat along with all the other goodness. I think this is a brand new knife, and I think I have to sharpen it already. But, you know, I did get it from the dollar store, so, you know, budget shopping is my name. Okay. Now this, I still can get a little bit more. That's a lot of, let me look, take a deeper cut inside here. Yeah, that's mostly fat. Just take the little outer skirts off of it. Gotta have some fat. I don't think I'm gonna have enough, so I might have to dig another one out of here. Since a lot of this fat I'm not gonna use. Well, I guess I could use it later in other dishes. I'll just put it in my fat bag. Fat bag. Almost like fat back. See, that's not gonna be enough. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stop the video now, because I know you don't want to see me painstakingly cut all this beef up, all this pork shoulder. I'm going to finish cutting it up. You always see an example of how I cut it up, how I get around the fat, cut it along the lines. But I'll do this last one, and then if I need more, I'll just go ahead and finish it up. And then, and this knife really does cut really well. I mean, when it to pinpoint action, kind of. But you know, it is what it is. And basically, I'm just separating a lot of the fat from the meat. See all this white? That's all fat. Now, if you make a lot of dishes, fat is a wonderful, and pork, I'm telling you, pork makes this fat that is unlike anything I've seen before. It literally does not burn. You can literally cook stuff in it, and it enhances the flavor, and it doesn't burn like regular Crisco and all those other oils, vegetable oils. It doesn't quite burn like that, and it's just absolutely tasty. I know it looks like I'm filleting this, because since I kind of am. But this gives you an example of how to try to trim a lot of the fat off, so you don't have too much fat in your food. And you can always use the fat later on in other meals, like I said before, for flavoring, which I may actually start my first fat bag. Okay. Alrighty. I'm not gonna cut all the fat, and I could cut some more off this one. This does have a nice little chunk. You know, that's doable. I'm just going to sacrifice a little bit of that, because that does have some meat left on it. So a mixture of fat and meat. So you're not going to get all the fat off, and you'll drive yourself crazy trying to do so. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this in the pan. Once this is ready, I'm going to season it up, and then it's going to be veggie time. We're going to put some stir-fried veggies in it, and I'm thinking about serving this over a bowl of rice. What do you guys think about that? Again, always keep your eyes on the knife. Come here. And so that is that. I'm going to make a little bit more. So that's how you pretty much kind of fillet the pork, separated from its fat. I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to start it up when I'm ready to start cooking this meat, so we can move to the next stage. It's time to get down with the get down. Now, this pork will naturally produce its own fat, so we're not going to put a lot. We don't need to put a lot of lubricant in here because it's going to start cooking. It's going to start cooking, and it's going to start excreting its own little fat, which is going to cook in, which that's what we want. I'm just going to put a little bit of lubricant in here just to get it started. And we're going to let this, I guess it would help if I turn it on. I'm going to let this cook for a little bit. I'm going to go cut up some onions and stuff, and I'll be back with it. As you can see, it's starting to produce its own little bit of fat. Alrighty. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think this is going to be enough. Looks like it's just, I don't know if this is going to be enough. But we're going to work with it. We're going to work with it. Put a little oregano on this blicky flicky. Oh yeah. In my all-purpose Caribbean tradition, all-purpose. Just a cap of cayenne pepper. And just a poop. Because I'm too lazy to grind up some garlic. I'm just gonna put a dash of olive oil. Oh yeah, man. Talk to me, talk to me. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what else do I need? Oh, I need some Worcestershire sauce. Let me go ahead and finish getting this cooked. Once this is done, I'm gonna move to the next step. I'm gonna add some onions up in there. Just a little bit of onion. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that. And then where is my bag? Oh, here you go. My bag of stir-fried mixed sesame. Yeah, buddy. Now, you got to make sure these are not frozen. You know what? I really need. Because these vegetables are not going to cook too well by themselves. Worcester sauce. Oh, there it is. There you go. And where's my other stuff? Now, this is called pure sesame seed oil. You don't need much of this, but this tends to give food that authentic Asian taste. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this sit here and simmer. Now, my son has been telling me he wants me to put gravy in this, and I think that would be just not right. But I'm trying to see if I can work with him, because I made this before with gravy without the stir fry, and he just fell in love with it. But let me think about it. What I may have to do is make some gravy on the side, and then try and do a test sample with the gravy. And if the gravy tastes good, I might be able to just pour it on top of this. So let me go ahead and make that gravy right quick. If I don't use it, I can always store it for later. I can usually store it for a couple of days, and I'll find something to do with it. So, all right, folks. Now we're gonna smother this in some good old brown gravy. Oh yeah. I might need some more gravy. I don't think I got enough. Now I'm just gonna let this sit here and smother it a little bit, and this good old gravy with all these other good seasonings up in here. This thing is gonna be done. This thing gonna be ready for to get up and get down. Mm-hmm. Oh, smells so good. Let this simmer a little bit longer. It's time for the taste test. We'll grab a little bit of this. Mm-hmm. Turn this off. Slide this on over a little bit. That's what the deliciousness, wholesome looks like. Quick sniff test. Smells delicious. Definitely. Ooh. Oh. Hot. Veggies are still firm, that not too soft and spongy. I think that's cauliflower that I'm eating. But because of the seasons and the gravy, it actually has to taste to it. The meat is absolutely breathtaking. This is not bad at all. Boy, wow, you sure can burn, boy. So, this is gonna be crazy. So I think my son was right about the gravy. I made it with gravy before, but I wasn't gonna do the gravy with stir fry. But at the last minute, I decided to go ahead and add a little bit of gravy to it. And it's good. It's good for the veggies. Absolutely scrumptious. Now, how would I rate this thing of beauty? I would rate it delicious. And I'm now wondering how much pork shoulder I got left, because I think I may want to make this again. And the meat is so tender. It's just it's a must make. You gotta make this, guys. Absolutely delicious. You can buy that bag of stir fry at a Food Line. I think it was like $2.50, some tedious amount of money. And the pork shoulders, just go check them on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are usually markdown days. You can probably get one, a half decent one for $8. Slice it up. Trim the fat if you want to. And depends on if you want it to have more of an Asian taste. Make sure you get you some sesame seed oil. But other than that, you can pretty much use whatever seasons that you want to, and cook it. And the gravy I used in it was plain brown gravy. It was McCormick. Now, McCormick, surprisingly, unlike some of the generic gravies and stuff, they do a pretty good job with their gravy. I've been noticing there's been a slight problem with it dissolving the way it should, but either which way, it still makes a good gravy, and it's not that expensive. Wow, this is really, really nice. And you can almost taste that sesame in the back end with a little bit of that Worcestershire sauce. Absolutely, absolutely delicious, my friends. So, is this healthy? Kind of, sort of. We used a little bit of butter, which ain't too bad. The gravy ain't, the meat, the pork, because we're trimming a lot of the fat off, that makes it a little bit healthy. And the veggies in it must go. But you still got to make sure you watch your portion size, especially if you're dining. Get your little cup, measure out about an ounce, boom, should be good. But this is absolutely delicious. Now, I'm about to finish this bowl off. I'm going to get this video together so I can have it uploaded and give it to you guys soon. Probably won't show it for the next couple of days, but make sure you get you. And until next time, my friends, you take care of yourself.